Hello viewers, in this video I am going to discuss about a poem. This poem is written by Eunice D'Souza. Poem name is Bequest. Okay, so let's begin the poem. In every Catholic home there is a picture of Christ holding his bleeding heart in his hand. I used to think, okay. Now we will try to explain or analyze these four lines. What the poet is trying to say through these lines. Okay. Through this line, the poet is comparing her circumstance with Jesus Christ. Okay, the narrator depicts that in every Catholic home, one can see the picture of Jesus Christ holding his bleeding heart in his hand. And in the similar way, the societal norms and patriarchy have molded the speaker's heart into somberness and vexation. The speaker's heart is too bleeding like Jesus Christ, owing to kaput rules of the society imposed upon women. Through the poem Bequest, the narrator tries to limn that as Jesus Christ has sacrificed himself for the love of mankind, and in the same way, the poet too wants to bequeath her heart to an enemy instead of a friend or family. Now we will move on to our uh, remaining lines. The only person with whom I have not exchanged confidences is my hairdresser. In these lines, the poet says that Jesus Christ is a symbol of openness and truthfulness. Because before his death, Jesus Christ has held his bleeding heart out to mankind. In addition, Christ has not tried to hide his genuine love and care for human being. By this line, the speaker delineates that now it is the time for her to remain true to everyone, because one should not fear in revealing one's true self to others. But unfortunately, the narrator has not yet exchanged confidences with her hairdresser. Okay, now let's jump to our remaining lines. Some recommend stern standards, others say float along. He says take it as it comes, meaning of course as he hands it out. With these lines, the speaker has displayed her regret on not being allowed to be herself by the society and its rules. The narrator says that when she tries to be herself, then some recommend her stern standards about society. On the other hand, others advise her to stay afloat along with the ongoing patriarchal norms. Because in order to be relevant in the society, one must not rebel against it, or the consequences will be dire. The line he says, take as it comes, may indicate to the saying of Jesus Christ in his testament that humans should accept whatever it comes to its way. They must be ready for the things that the Creator has sent them, whether it is good or bad. But according to the poet, if Jesus Christ has really meant that, that means Christ is also a symbol of patriarchy, because women are helpless before the codes of society. Okay, then we will jump to the rest poetic lines. I wish I could be a wise woman, smiling endlessly, vacuously, like a plastic flower, saying, child, learn from me. In this stanza, the poet expresses her wish to be a wise woman. A wise woman will always be appreciated by the patriarchal society if it follows its rules. But the poet asks the question, who is a wise woman from the point of view of society? A woman who knows only the art of smiling is the wise woman, or one who go against the obsolete norms. But the poet says that she wished that she could be a wise woman, because a wise woman will smile endlessly and vacuously, just like a plastic flower. A plastic flower has no life inside, and it is empty and useless. In a similar way, the poet wants to fake her smile to cope up with societal pressure, but the narrator is also feeling sad as she has to teach the same thing to her child or the future generation. Okay, then we have come to the last line. It's time to perform an act of charity to myself, bequeath the heart like a spare kidney, preferably to an enemy. Before the end of the poem, the poet outlines that she is now going to perform an act of charity to herself. Likewise, Jesus Christ accepted crucifixion for the sake of mankind, but her sacrifice will not be meant for humankind. Rather, it will be for redeeming herself from her increasing mental sufferings. Because the longer her heart will be in her body, the more pain she has to endure. As bequeathing the heart will keep her mental torture and suffering aloof from the patriarchal society. Besides, the poet says that she suffers most when her own close ones complains about her not following patriarchal norms. Therefore, she has made her mind to bequeath her heart to an enemy rather than a family or friends. I hope you have enjoyed the video. In this video, I have left no stone unturned to portray what I have learned through this poetry, and keep on watching the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video.